Push to Heal program came out of Jim and Susan Bannister's generous donation of the Matt Bannister Memorial Skate Park on our Hull campus in 2015. When we began working with kids in the skate park, we started to observe that both spending time skateboarding and at the skate park were having a positive effect on treatment for high needs young people. What made things even better was that the observations were perfectly aligned with Dr. Bruce Perry's neurosequential model, a model that allows us to better understand the impact of trauma on a child's developing brain. When we began to use the skate park therapeutically, Hull had been integrating Dr. Perry's neurosequential model into our treatment and services for approximately 5 years. The Push to Heal project allowed us to better understand the impact of skateboarding and how it fit with the model. We hope to provide continued education and healing for those we serve, as well as to support and equip others to use skateboarding in this way. This recognition of skateboarding's positive potential has led to connections with amazing individuals, organizations, and projects around the world looking to use skateboarding for good. One of those projects is John's Why So Sad campaign.
Hi, my name's John Rattray. I've been running the campaign currently called Why So Sad for the last 3 or 4 years. It's a campaign that is dedicated to continuing the conversation and maintaining dialogue around the subjects of suicide alertness and mental health awareness. I started the campaign because in 2011 my sister Katrina took her own life. We both grew up in a house with a father who was a terminal alcoholic. In her adult life, my sister dealt with plenty of other things as well, but we both suffered from bouts of depression. Once I began to move out of some of the shock, grief and pain thrown at me from losing my sister to suicide, and out of another fairly extreme bout of depression in 2017, I just wanted to do something to help prevent other people having to go through the same stuff that my sister went through and that the family and friends went through. So I organised a fundraiser bike ride for the Scottish Association of Mental Health, where my cousin works. John Cardio came on that ride, which was pretty awesome. And then I was encouraged to keep it going by a friend from work called Sandy. So the next year, we called it the Good Egg. We set the world record for the most eggplants in one skate session.
330. Not too bad, 330. I'll take it.
Try and beat it. In 2019, we changed it to the Why So Sad mission. This time it was to land a Lance Mountain approved sad plant. After reading and reflecting on the mental processes that lead us into a suicidal state of mind, the seemingly flippant question, why so sad, seemed like actually a key question that we need to ask ourselves. Because taken seriously, that question can guide serious introspection. Get to the roots of why our adult brains often default into negative, self-doubting, self-destructive patterns. In the summer of 2019, I had the opportunity to help broach the topic of mental health for skateboarders at the Pushing Borders conference in Malmö, Sweden. And that's where I met Joel Pippus for the first time. And we started talking about what a suicide-safer skate community might look like.
We had the idea to invite folks from a local skate community, more specifically people from skate shops, skate parks, social skate projects, influential individuals in the local skate community, and coaches who teach lessons, to an event where they would receive free safeTALK training, connect with other community members, and then skate together. Our hope was to begin the process of casting somewhat of a safety net over the local skate community, and that we could all wake up the day after the event to a suicide-safer skate community. We began discussing this event before the COVID-19 pandemic began, but felt that it was worth taking all the extra steps necessary to ensure this event could still take place safely because of the increased risk of suicide related to the pandemic. If anything, the focus of this event is more important than ever. We've leaned heavily on the expertise of Brian and the Center for Suicide Prevention here in Calgary while planning for this event.
The Center for Suicide Prevention, or CSP, educates the community through training by providing free resources that can be found online at suicideinfo.ca. As part of my role at Hull and in the community as a trainer with CSP, I provide suicide alertness and intervention training. The overwhelming majority of people who die by suicide do not want to die. People considering suicide are in extreme psychological pain. The pain that they are in can cause their vision to become so narrow that the only way they can see out of it is by killing themselves. The most recent statistics from 2019 in Alberta indicate that there were 568 reported suicides, but it's believed that there are between 5% and 25% more unreported suicides. Furthermore, it's estimated that 1 in 20 people, or 5% of the population, have thoughts about suicide. We need to create a climate where people can recognize when suicide is on someone's mind and then offer help. This starts with being able to have open conversations about suicide, followed by some basic suicide alertness training to support a suicide-safer community. This was the driving force behind this event for the Calgary and area skate community. With our current reality of dealing with COVID-19, there are additional factors that are impacting each of us. These may include unemployment, loss of income, social isolation or depression, health concerns, anxiety, mental health challenges, loss, fear, and an overwhelming sense of uncertainty. All of these can be risk factors for suicide, which highlights the fact that suicide prevention is more important than ever. This event provides the skate community with an opportunity to participate in a safeTALK training and learn the basic helping skills to become suicide alert. The SAFE part of safeTALK stands for Suicide Alertness for Everyone. Our hope is that the skate community and all communities are able to become suicide alert and offer help to others who may be thinking about suicide.
Today, 23 skateboarders chose to invest in making their local skate community safer. We're so thankful for that investment and hopeful that we can all keep pushing this conversation about suicide safety and positive mental health forward.
We've seen suicide way too often in the skate community with Ben Ramers, recently Sean Motagati. I really think it's critical that we equip ourselves and our communities with the skills to be suicide alert and know that it's okay to talk about mental health, and specifically the reality that suicidal thoughts can creep up on us. If you're struggling, it's vital that we all know that those thoughts and feelings are temporary and there is a way through. And there's hope. Even if you can't see it right now, there's light at the end of that tunnel. Reach out.